Ask and you shall receive. The other day I posted on social media where I caught this like 10-pounder. Might be a big one. Trying to keep him out of stumps. I ain't had one fight like this all day. I mean, pulling hard. How big is this fish? Oh my gosh. I just want to see her. Oh, it's a giant. That's why. It might be a 10. I was wondering why I was fighting so hard. I got my scales ready. Went and got brand new batteries. Oh, that's a 10, I think. Yeah, that's a 10. Yep. 10, 4. A lot of guys watch a lot of my videos and stuff. So on social media, a guy was like, hey man, did you happen to like record it on your screen? They kind of knew I was live scoping, or I guess he thought I was. And he was like, hey, did you happen to record it? Because you can record video of it happening. Now, I did not record the 10-pounder. I recorded me catching it, but I did not record the screen. The reason is, real quick, is because the way you have to do it, it has to go on your phone. I guess you could leave it on all day. It would eat up your phone. It would put 8-9 hours, and I don't really know if I'm gonna catch the 10-pounder for one, or when I'm gonna do it. So you kind of have to pick your spots when you're actually gonna record on this. I decided, hey, I'm gonna go out there in a couple days, and I'm gonna record for at least the first fish, and hopefully I catch one pretty quick. Well, I ended up catching one pretty quick. Kind of went to the same area, got bit, caught it. It's gonna be on here. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. Now, what I wanna talk about. As I started looking at my setup and what was going on with my Garmin's and Livescope and the screen, man, it's rough. It's rough, not because my settings are bad, not because MBT, not because my Sonar. It's rough because this is sometimes the reality of live scoping. So a lot of times this is what I'm looking at. It's not a great screen. It's not the fault of anything, settings or anything. Like, there's that many shad in the water. When you get around a bunch more stumps, it's hard to see. So you really kind of have to know what you're looking for. So let's see if you see the same stuff I see. And this is sometimes what you have to fish for. It's not exactly like, I'm not saying I'll catch anything, but this is a lot of times what I'm looking at. And as good as Livescope is, it can't look through everything, if that makes sense. It can't look through shad and trees. It's going to miss things because of that. And I wanted to show you this video to show you what happens, or if you see this a lot and you don't see this so-called perfect screen that everyone shows you on social media, this is why. Everyone out here is always trying to sell you something. They're always trying to show you something, and what they want to do is show you the best quality, right? And I don't blame them. But here's the problem. It's not reality all the time. It'd be awesome if every lake you went to was crystal clear, there was no obstructions in the water, and you just saw this random lonely fish swimming around and you threw over there and catch it. A lot of times that's what they show you on Livescope. Once again, not reality all the time for some of us. So a lot of times you go out there going, hey, how come it doesn't look like this? Well, here it is. I want to show y'all what my screen looks like. And so there's one right there. It went after them shad. I don't know if it sees. And a lot of times, yeah, I never even saw it. A lot of times, you know, it shows a lot of that stuff. Like it shows a lot of fish out there in open water, right? But a lot of times we don't get that. Now there's some big ones out there in open water for some reason. So as you can tell, it doesn't look great, but I'm used to it. I'm used to it because it's this lake. This lake's a little bit different. We're gonna get into my settings. I'm gonna show you a different lake that I went to. Same settings, right? So I haven't changed my settings, but here's the deal. This right here, this is my MBT, this is my Garmin. Here's my transducers, right? We're not gonna use this one, we're just gonna use Ford. There's a reason I have this MBT. It's a bigger screen. It helps for things like this. When you get out there, you gotta realize that this transducer, it's just shooting a beam out there. It's a one-dimensional beam in the sense of it's one beam that goes out there. Okay, I'm gonna get cooked in the comments if I don't say this. It's 3 beams. It's 3 beams shooting out there. What I mean is, it's 3 beams acting as one, okay? So what I mean is, it still can only shoot one. It's not shooting them all out to the side, right? It's shooting them straight out in front. Don't cook me in the comments. I know that there's 3 beams. And it's tight here, and the further out you go, it widens out, okay? Why is this important? What you're looking at on your screen is just a 2D screen. It's not a 3D screen. It sometimes feels like it's a 3D screen because you might see a fish behind a stump. What it looks like to be is behind a stump, but it's not truly behind a stump. If it was behind a stump, you actually wouldn't see it, okay? Because no matter what, if I stand in front of this beam right here, it can't read behind me, okay? Especially the closer I get to this beam, right? Now, the further away I get, remember, it's gonna look out to the side, so it's easier to see, or the screen's gonna show it differently looking. But the closer I get, if I put something in front of this, like a big giant stump or something, you're not gonna be able to see. Now, it still shows a black screen, so it looks like it's still looking, but it's not actually picking anything up. So even here, sometimes it looks like you see a fish behind a stump. It's not behind it, it's to the side of it. But it has to put that fish somewhere, okay? So it has to put that fish somewhere. So since it's a 2D screen, it has to layer it out, right? Like this, if that makes sense. And so a lot of times, this is what happens when we get in these situations. Right here, if you notice, I have shad everywhere. I've got trees everywhere, like sometimes 30, 40 trees in 100 foot. And it's trying to read through all that. It doesn't read everything. It's not clear. Even if it shows a fish, sometimes it's showing a fraction of the fish. Sometimes this is what we have to deal with when we live scope. So I want to show you all of this and then watch this video carefully. Watch what I have to do sometimes when I go live scoping is to figure all this out. You're going to see a lot of things on the screen. I disregard most of that stuff. I don't even look at it. It's just kind of white noise to me. This is part of it. So pay attention. We're going to go over a whole bunch of stuff. I think you're really going to enjoy this video. Let's go. These are the settings I have. I've done a whole thing on settings. These same settings I had on another lake about 3 weeks ago. This is how clear the picture was. So check out the picture on this lake. Same settings, haven't done anything different. Look how clear it is. You don't have anything obstructing the transducer. So it's all open water. There's no sediment in the water. There's nothing like that. There's some shad, but it's very isolated shad. So when you get around a group of fish like this, like a school of bass, it's clear. That's what sometimes they're showing you. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I wish it was always like this. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes, depending on the lake, depending on how the water clarity is, depending on the shad, anything obstructing a sonar is going to obstruct what you see. And so I really wanted to show you this as opposed to what I'm having to deal with now. I can go do the same thing out in the open water on the same lake and it won't look like this. But I just wanted to show you all this right now so you can see how clear it is, how good the fish look. It's night and day difference, okay? So let's go back. I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm about to see a fish. I'm gonna see if y'all see the same thing I do, okay? So start paying attention because I've been looking at things here and there and I wanna see if you've been looking at things. Comment. I'll make another video and go, I can redo this whole entire video and be like, hey, what about this? What about that? Like, ask these questions. But I want to see if y'all see the same fish I do and what I throw at. And I think it's pretty cool. And did I catch it? I will say this. I've been having problems with my camera. I just realized I have 2 cameras. People have been asking me all the time about my volume. I will say this. That camera got shot out there. It's done. It turns on, blank screen. Or it freezes every single time I turn it on. So this one was getting hot throughout the day. And it actually turned off right after I caught this one. I don't know if it was when I was fighting it or whatever, but I didn't get the entire, I got the fish in, but there was more stuff on there. So apologize for that. I didn't know it turned off till later. I will say this, I hadn't looked at the recording of the screen until just now. I didn't look, when I catch a fish, I don't really continually look at the screen. So check out the screen after. It's pretty cool. Do you see it? It's there. It's hard to see, but it's there. That's what I'm looking for. So pay real close attention. There he is. Y'all see that? That should be a big one. That's a good one. Y'all had to have seen that. That's what we're out here doing. It's not always a clear picture. So yeah, I didn't realize there was more fish down there. Like if you notice, you probably didn't see them either. I didn't see them. But when you catch one, they all kind of came out of hiding, or they got in the field of view, like the frame of reference of the sonar, to where you could actually see them. They might have been behind stuff, whatever it might have been. But yeah, a lot more fish in there than you realize. It's happening a lot of times when you're in cover. Really cool fish catch. Hope y'all got to see that. Hope y'all got to see something kind of a little bit different on sometimes how a lot of us have to live scope. It's not always this perfect scenario where you have no obstructions, no nothing, clear water, open water. Sometimes you have to live scope like this. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little something about live scope. Maybe make it easier the next time you're out there. I know it can be frustrating. Follow along. I'm always trying to help y'all out, give y'all tips. All right, see y'all.